Greetings, soul angels. It is 4:25 and we're live. I'm just in my pajamas and my smile. I love my guys. Do you all have a comfy? I love my comfy. I like fitted sheets. I don't know why. I prefer fitted sheets. That's the first thing I learned how to fold, wash and dry. I know all of you have a comfy, you know, comforter that you pull out every winter, right, guys and girls? Do you have that comfy, with my pillow? I keep my legs. How spoiled am I, right? I keep it right here, and I go. Hold on, guys. Do you see it? I can also put it. Do you see it? And I can exercise too. So, guys, do not give me an excuse that, oh, Osama, I can't exercise. Yes, you can. You can just do that, exercise that with a ball. Let me show you. Oops, sorry. You see? Like, dun, 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 dun. Something like that with a ball. But anyways. Oops, sorry, Wendy Williams. I have some water, guys, to quench your thirst. And by the way, guys, stop calling presidents genocide murderers. Biden does not like that. You guys, you've been asking, who am I working for? I do not work for Barack Obama, no thank you. He is my boss. Hello, Mr. Biden. I hope he's doing good. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. With your rose-colored glasses. I like that, right? As a Libra. I think I got it on Amazon or a website or something. So, guys, never ever, can we talk about sex? Never ever give a man more than this size. You see what I'm saying? Just the tip, darling. Just the tip. Okay, done. Just the tip. Okay. Never ever tell them, Guess what? You're not a virgin anymore. Do you know how many bananas have gone inside a fruit salad? It's a dirty joke. Seriously, I'm like, do you know you're not the only one who popped a cherry? So stop that. She didn't have sex for 5 days, that's all. After her periods. Can we talk? And call a spade and shame the devil. Right, Missy Allah? Can we shame the devil? Guys, it's a great area. You know why Jimmy Carter spent like 100 years? He actually died at 100 years old. No, I don't want to live to that long. I know you guys are afraid of death. Actually, I'm waiting to die very soon. Seriously, I'm not lying. We're just here wasting our time, seriously. You know what I mean? Because the world is in a shamble. There's war everywhere. And it's not just Gaza, Palestine, genocide or Holocaust, 1930, Germany. It's been happening through the Berlin Wall, through the genocide in Congo, through Zanzibar revolution. That wasn't a genocide; it was a revolution. Zanzibar, Kenya had a revolution. Guys, did you know? Fun fact that Kenya is the number one country that accepts refugees. In I think East, Central, and West Africa, minus North and South Africa. But Kenya usually is the one taking everyone from Somalia, Sudan, Ethiopia, Uganda. When there's like you know how there was a drought in Sudan, and then Ethiopia experienced a drought, and then people died. There was like Somalia genocide. I don't know the Houthi. It was like the devil. They'll divide and conquer and bring religion, so we as Muslims can fight within. Like Muslims will fight with like the Shias will fight with the Sunnis. The Catholics will fight with the Protestants. Or the Jews will fight with the atheists or something. I don't know. We always use religion like we bring God. Like shame the devil. Speak the truth. And stop bringing God in every conversation. Who died and made you God? Do you even talk about God? Oh, God is not this. God is not that. You're not supposed to say. You're not supposed to. Who are you? Are you coming with me in the grave? Will you come with me? I hope so. And if you come, can you bring me some Ozaka water? Impossible. I know God. There was God. So that is why we declare there is no God but one God. One God means one source, the soul, the oxygen. This is the soul. The soul lives. You know why we die? When we die like this. We die with our eyes open. But guess what? You hear that last. And that's why we have to close, if someone is nearby the time of death, they have to close the eyes. Because the soul leaves through the mouth, never through the nose. That is God taking away your soul, honey. Literally like grabbing and taking away your soul. And so I believe in God. God wants me to live right now, at this time. God wants me to live. If God wanted me dead, I would have been dead a long time ago. I've been used by God. I asked actually God to use me in the best way. You know how God. Because we're all confused. We're all confused with the war, unemployment, there's drug addiction, the coronavirus, we've been used to being alone, like social anxiety, mental health. I mean, the system takes 30 days to adjust. Imagine we stay 2 years locked in a room or something. I remember, like, before I took the Pfizer vaccine, I couldn't even go to my dad's room or my mom's room because we had 3 rooms and everybody had to sit in one room. And somebody had to go to the kitchen, do their dinner, or somebody would cook, like I would cook, and then somebody would go and put their share and leave, and clean everything with masks and Lysol. Oh Lord, you know what I'm talking about. The thing. It wasn't a hawks, uneducated, illiterate people. It was on CNN, and people did die. Millions of people in America, let alone around the world, when New York stopped completely dead. And it hasn't been dead since, I don't know, the Statue of Liberty was put there, not erected, put there. They had to fly that thing and drop it down. That's how Yeah, back then, I don't know how to do it with the crane and stuff. It wasn't like erected like one by one. There's one piece of metal on it that was melted into a statue of Lee. It took a factory. Of course. That was after World War II. Of course, it took a factory of like, we don't have money. You know, basically, France was saying if US and the UK are allies, we want to join in too. You know, and they said, how are you going to join in? Because what are you going to give us? We don't have anything, but we have copper. So they said, okay, take the copper. So they said, it's okay, don't worry about it. And I think they were like hush hush. You know how the French are quite smart. So they built that in a factory, melted it, and molded it into a lady. The Lady of Liberty means freedom, freedom, freedom after World War III. World War II, World War III. I mean, that era between two to three. I mean, it's not just things don't happen just one day, guys. It's not a Snapchat or a reel. You know, life is not a 30-second reel. We don't live our lives on Instagram. We do the things that we do because we want to do it. Nobody's telling you like you should wake up at like a certain time, like like my dad or my brother. Everybody has their own schedule, you know. I don't have to sleep till everybody wakes up. We're not a robber. I'm not in a funeral. I'm not gonna sleep the same time you're going to wake up with it. I have my own body. Does it make sense, guys? So what is the purpose of this video? Don't judge people. We will show you what we want you guys to see. Does it make sense? We show you what you guys want to see. And what we want to show you. And 99% is the lovey-dovey, comfy-dovey, the good stuff. Why? Nobody wants to hear that shit of like misery because the misery loves company. Nobody wants to be miserable. We're already miserable. I don't want another person coming to and starting a depression debate. Like who was more depressed than the other? No. I want someone who's gonna cheer me up. We're all depressed. That's why people like positive energy, positive vibes, Why? Why do they even say that? Positive energy, positive vibe. One love, Because we don't want to go to hell. We don't want the darkness. We want light, Everyone there's darkness. And this is a night lamp here. This is gonna light my aura. Never ever dim somebody else's light because you're so small and irrelevant. So you want everybody to be so small, like a mosquito or a fly, so small and irrelevant. Never ever dim somebody else's light. Be your own self. People like you for who you are, not because what other people say. Like if people say, "Oh, Osama is mean," Osama is so proud, Osama is this, Osama. How do I even know I'm good looking? If you tell me, "Oh, you are so good looking," you're good looking, you think you're all that. How do I think I'm all that? I have eyes, I have nose, I have mouth. I don't know what you see. Maybe my eyes, you see the window to my aura. How do I know? And some 99% of your eyes don't lie, honey. That's why people look themselves in the eye. And then they fall in love. You have a tingle in the stomach. in the groin area. You know, it's called LOVE. They get married and they have kids. And 40 years later, they realize, I don't know. It's not like they look back and they wish, like, they don't, obviously, you can't go back and go, oh, I want to live another life. You're never going to ever live another life. This is the life right now. There is no another life. You know, we die, yes. We go to another life as far as soul-wise, you know. But if God wanted to be, if Allah wanted us to be a soul, we would be dead. We are a body. He wants us to talk, to use our brains, to use our mind, to use love, to use love conquers all, doesn't it? Like a smile. Like you walk into a grocery store, how many people smile at each other? They're always on there looking down on their phone. They're always worried about bills. Honey, you've been alive. Like I told my mom one day. My mom was like, we're not that rich, but we're healthy. And I said, how old are you? Well, that one was like 60. And I said, think about it. Do you know why we celebrate birthdays? Because one day, I will tell you this. Remember when you were, I did your 40th birthday, I think, or 46 or whatever. Remember your 60? Not one day did you go starving, honey, in your stomach. That's what I told my mom. I call it a friendly French fry. I give her Lay's potato chips. I give her French fry. And that's all she wants. I had tea. Don't forget her ginger tea. And her chai, actually is good. She will eat rice and curry and all that at 7 o'clock at night. And she will eat like a real person because we want to go to bed full, honey, never hungry. Does it make sense? Even if it's one meal, we will have it at 7 o'clock before bedtime. To give at least 2 to 3 hours digestion, you walk around. Because I don't want to go to bed empty, in an empty stomach. How will I wake up in the morning and be ready to conquer the world, you know? You have to be full at night, I think, for your body to even start digesting that, whatever you ate. They say eat breakfast like a king. Why would you eat breakfast? Ugh, who invented that? Eat breakfast like a king. I want to eat dinner like a king so I can go to bed like a king. I want to starve myself for breakfast. Intermittent fasting. That's what I do. I have my coffee. And then I smoke. And then I have like grapes or strawberry or a kiwi or something. A fruit or two. Today I ate a lot because we're talking for almost 20 minutes. 19 minutes and 30 seconds. But you know what I mean? Just be yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. And say, oh, they're rich, they look that. Yeah, from the outside, yes. But from the inside, do you even know what's going on? And people have it. And if you do, it's invasion of privacy. Because you're into gossip, right? If you have a beef with someone, go talk to him directly. You know? Ask him or her. Hey, I heard this and that. Is it true from your perspective? Because you have to ask them, is it true from your perspective? And they'll ask you, what did this person say? Or I cannot tell you what the person will. No. You have to tell me the part. Because I want to bring the person here. You know what I mean? That's how we used to do it. Obviously, don't tell me, oh, Fulani, 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 meaning this and that. That person, no, mention who said. And then so I can bring him or her here so you can listen to her or him here. Because I say your version and my version. You know what I mean? Fitna. That's the devil's workshop. The Prophet ﷺ said, Allahumma salli sallam alayhi. Fitna. What is fitna? The tongue. You talk bad shit about somebody. You think, oh, I'm just gonna create rumors and then talk shit, and then whatever. Honey, whatever you spoke went into somebody's ears. That person spoke to somebody. That person spoke. Honey, those rumors started spreading around the globe. Before you know it, people assume you're a bitch, you're a whore, you're a crazy person, you're a lunatic, you're a, I don't know, you know? And I'm like, what has that got to do with me? And I don't give a fuck what you think about me. That's none of my business. I think about what I think about myself. How happy I am index wise, index level. You know, that's how I'm concerned. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. You don't know my life. You don't follow me 24 hours, 365 days a year. And if you do, you're a jinn, hopefully. Because only God can, go with a aerial view and start looking at people. So don't judge people, guys. We all have trauma. We all come from, war torn or war zones where we have to leave our country and we don't know where we're going. Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody tells you that somehow you were born here and then all of a sudden you have to leave and you realize, whoa, I was born here. What do you mean leave? And then they say, oh, okay, you have to leave because of the color of your skin or your religion or, your fundamental ideology. They don't like it. Something, the devil will create like a reason. And then you get on a ship or, you get on a boat or you just walk until you go to Kenya and they'll open the borders. How do I know? You know what I'm saying? Because apparently, that there are no roads that bring, trucks. So apparently, a lot of people had to walk for almost weeks sometimes and die on the streets, on the way, because they were going somewhere they didn't know where. Maybe Kenya would accept it. Maybe Kenya would not accept those refugees. And guess what? My brother-in-law was one of those generation from Somalia, Ethiopia, and Sudan. We mingled. Kenyans also mingled with other people, Moroccans, they're British Kenyans, they're South African Kenyans. You know what I mean? They're Ghanaian Kenyans, they're Indian Moroccans. Oh, sorry. So anyway, I'm in the beach Miami vibe, guys. So never mind me. Talking about Miami, guys, I love Miami. Don't get me wrong, South Padre and then Corpus Christi, but nothing beats Miami, beach wise. Then, as far as like heavenly Hawaii, and then as far as like homey, southern is home, Texas. Texas is like where's my, Texas is that comfortable, you know, that when it's cold and you need like, a comfort, a fuzzy, a nice soft, and it's so clean and you just want to hug, your home state. You know what I mean? If you were born or you lived there or you went to high school. If you went to high school in a certain state in America, that is your state, by the way. Don't let them fool you, honey. Because that's what you got your high school degree done. You are American, yeah, or Texan, or what do you call Arizona, or whatever, South Carolina. I don't know what you guys are called, but anyways. And don't take time to breathe. Take time to ponder. You know, we're always in the phone, on the computer, on a laptop, on an iPad. If it's not on an iPad, it's on a TV. You're watching a TV, Netflix for hours. Then you're going on a TikTok for hours. Then you're going on a read a book. Turn everything off. Turn all the electronics off. Sometimes I shut my electronics off and my internet. Seriously, for like half an hour, because I don't want like just the thought of like touching. It's like because the mind takes 30 days, like I was saying, to adjust. And after you do that for years and years, you would think that's like, oh, normal. It's not normal to be on your device. This is an electronic thing, you see? You're not going to see me. You don't have to touch me. Try to touch me. We're that close, babe. With, you know what I mean? Try to touch me. You can't. It's a screen. But who knows? But we can communicate, right? Star Trek, remember, came up with the idea of like, there'll be an error. Remember? And we were going, yeah, right. What do you mean? Like, I can talk to somebody in another part of the globe, like across, like, let's say this is the globe, across the globe, and we can see each other, like, hello, 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 hello. Wow. What an invention, right? Technology. Or post something like this live for the whole world to, see via Bill Gates' Internet Explorer. And until we meet again, guys, just do it and have fun. Life is too short. Enjoy, be yourself, because if you're not yourself, then you have to put on an act, and then you'll be miserable and depressed. And just if people like you for who you are, they do. If they don't, they're not your people, hon. There's always gonna be your tribe. If you're gay, go find gay people and talk about that. Being gay and what is being gay. If you're attracted to guys, go find a gay group, a gay club, and speak to gay people. And say, hey, I think I'm gay, or I'm questioning. I like guys. What is it? Like, I know the sex is like weird. I don't want blah, blah, blah. Ugh. Sometimes because we think about that too. And it hurts, guys. Especially for men, it hurts. So you know what I mean? But we're like, ugh, and then we're thinking about AIDS and all those people who have been sleeping, because the gay community is quite I wouldn't say monogamous. I would say like everywhere, basically. Straight people too. I think 1 in 4 people has AIDS in Houston. I'm not joking. 1 in 4 people have HIV, gonorrhea, something related to sexual transmitted diseases in Houston, because they're always sleeping around. They're always horny, eating and sleeping around, never contemplating on your life and your purpose and what they're here for. And if you don't, honey, life will go. And before you know, one day you're 20, the next day you're 30. Even I'm having aha moments speaking right now, thinking I'm 40 right now. Like 43 years. Do you know how long? MashaAllah, God bless me, and may God always keep blessing us all. Do you know how long 43 years is? It's 365 days in a year. Times 43. That's a lot, right? That you're alive, that you were once a baby, a small baby. Oh, breast milk. And then look, all of a sudden you're a huge man. And your mother is looking at you like, the 5-year-old or the 6-year-old. And they're going, no, mama, that was like 40 years ago. Mothers. God bless mothers. Guys, paradise lies under the feet of your parents. Your mother, your mother, your mother, then your father. But still your parents. Be kind to your elders. I promise you that. My success, I realized I was kind to my mom and my dad, and they gave me the love back. It's oh, you're so blessed. You have beautiful parents who love you unconditionally. No, 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 no. You have to earn that love. You know, it's like you give, I give. You give, you give. I respect you, you respect. I love you, you love you. You listen to me, I listen to you. You fight for me. It's like a bond that you create between a mother and a son, a father and a daughter, a brother and a brother, a brother and a sister, a friend and a friend, a best friend. Sometimes it doesn't have to be family. Sometimes your best friends are strangers, honey. They're the ones rooting for you. They're the ones telling you, you can do this. Please do not give up. You can do this. Stop. You cannot give up on me. Strangers, honey. Your own family wants you dead sometimes. Be very careful, huh? Don't ever confuse family. Honey, your own bloodline will want you dead. And they will not know that you're worth more alive than dead, honey. Resonate on that. And until we meet again, this was Midnight Talks. Hello, 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 goodbye.